All right, this is literally the last day, the last hours I have to finally shoot everything in, make sure the sight tape's where it's at, where it's supposed to be, and get all my stuff packed. It has been a hectic last couple of weeks, and I have really neglected and continued to push packing for this elk hunt. We're gonna go out here, we're gonna shoot a sight tape from 20 to 100, make sure we all hit in the little square I like to put on my black target. If every arrow hits in there, I'm gonna call it good. Or I mean, if it hits adjacent to it, like if I have one flyer off to the right or left, I'm not really too worried about it. We're gonna head out here, we're gonna get this target set up. We're gonna shoot a sight tape. All right, there's my square. We're going full quiver on the hip because this is how I'm gonna hunt this year. I did this in Arizona in January, and I did like it, especially with a pack on. It definitely keeps this quiver a lot tighter than it's kind of like flopping around right now. It also matters the belt you wear. That marsupial stretch belt doesn't really hold it in that well, but when your backpack is on, it's pretty good. And it gives you maneuverability, so if you have to move it, like you're going through trees and stuff, it's not terrible. 20, 30, 40, 50. Probably gonna shoot without moving the sight at all. Actually, I'm gonna go 20, 30, 40, 50 without moving the sight. I'm gonna shoot one moving the sight. I'm gonna shoot a 60 without moving the sight. And then I'm gonna shoot a 60 moving the sight because my pin gap right now is between 40 and 57. So the chances I have to make a shot like that could be pretty high, but the chances I have time to dial that in also could be pretty high. 20 yards. See if we can get through this without breaking anything. Go pull that. Because we just don't want to break arrows the day before we leave. 30. Center it up. This is 40. All right, this is 50 pin gapped between 40 and 57. Nice. Just a tick on the low side. And here is 50 pin on the target. I have been shooting a lot of pin gaps lately just to shore that up. Nice. Those all look really good. Let's go back here to 60. We're gonna shoot a pin gap 60. So we're gonna set this back to home base. So my bottom pin, the bonus pin in this housing is at 57. So I'm pretty much going to be putting the top of the bubble right where I need it. One of these, I think that's the 60 spot. All right, I missed that one. Low and left. So we're not gonna do that when we're hunting. If we have a 60-yard shot, chances are we should be able to dial. If not, that still would have killed an elk. It would just not been where I wanted it. That's where I want it though, super tight. So let's go pull these. I'll show you guys, and then we'll open up the garage doors. Maybe we might shoot on the side of the garage because I do need to trim some limbs if I'm gonna go to 100. So yeah, I'll probably shoot next to the garage. This is that group. I think this was 40, 50. This was the 60 pin gap, and I think this was 60 straight up. So super tight group. Everything is just pushed a little bit to the right, maybe 1-2 clicks on the sight. I'm happy enough with that. I'm not touching it.
A few moments later.
I can't help myself. 2 clicks. Right now, these are just a tick on the low side of the dot. Again, I'm not so much concerned with that because I'm here at a whopping 729 feet of elevation here in North Carolina, where we're going to in Colorado, 8, 9, 10,000 feet. So that's going to pull the arrow a little bit higher anyways, because they're going to be going a little faster. And I'm going to have to take like 1/2 to 3/4 of a twist out of the limb bolt to get this sight tape to work. But again, that's not something I'm really concerned with right now. It's just, are they hitting? Are we close? And we are close. So let's go throw some bombs, 70, 80, 90, 100. 70, 80, 90, 100. That's 4 arrows, maybe a 110, maybe 2 at 100. All right, this is gonna be 70, 80, 90, 100. 70 should be corner of the building. 71, 70.3. Just a little up and down is good. Again, just a little bit right. I said I wasn't gonna move the sight, so I'm not. I can't help myself. 2 clicks. 2. Dude, I'm good. 81. Center mass, maybe an inch low. This is where it starts to get fun, because now I'm playing the slope of the ground, 90 yards. Could not be any more in the center. Could not have any more confidence than I do in this bow and arrow setup right now. Incredible. 95. A 100. This is kind of hard to see. I can't really get my camera any higher. Ew. I was hoping I could have kept them on that square. Dude, I am half an inch out. Elevation is perfect. Just a touch to the right, so we're gonna shoot the last one we got in the quiver. Full quiver dump. Same thing, I think just a tick to the right. Yeah, those 2 arrows are really good. So let's go look at this group. The Elite Exalt 35, ready to rip, ready to bring this to Colorado. Just a quick over on the bow again, in case you guys missed the bow build. This is the brand new Exalt 35 from Elite this year. It's 35-inch axle to axle bow. I have the UV slider with the XL. It's got the 4-pin housing in the center, Hamskea Epsilon rest, bee stinger bars, shrewd side mount, shrewd disconnect. This thing's an absolute piss missile at 75 pounds. It's throwing a 505 grain arrow. I think it's like 292. So shooting the, I don't have one, or I'd show you. Shooting the, we'll show you when you get down there. You can see it for yourself. All right, this is our group. 70, 80, 90, and these are the 2 at 100. So really happy with that. Like I said, I just missed a little over to the top. These 3 I pushed a little right. Where I'm standing, there's kind of a slope. It's hard to see because it's popping out of focus. I'm standing like on the other side of that slope, so maybe the slope is pushing me away from the barn, and that's what pushed these 3 over to the right. But again, anything inside of 80 yards, I had them all piled up right there. So very happy with how this arrow is shooting. And if you guys didn't watch my broadhead test videos, go back and watch them. The arrow I'm shooting for this elk hunt is the Ultra Arrow 166 Premiums. This is a really good 166 arrow. Flies really well. I'm just shooting the stock Ultra components on the front. Right now I have 125 grain field points in it, but the broadhead that I'm going to be shooting is going to be the 125 grain Evolution Outdoors hide. That is the hybrid, the mechanical and fixed blade. So be on the lookout for that to go through a rib cage near you. No, but in all seriousness, really excited for this elk hunt. Been looking forward to it for quite a while. Going guided this year, going with an outfitter. So hopefully this is the year that I can get a bull on the ground. Not that I don't think I can do it without the outfitter, because I definitely think I can. It's just a matter of time. I don't have but 5 days to hunt, really 4.5 days to hunt, and I can't hunt that far from the road because I have hard out dates, hard out times. I have to make flights, I have to get to the racetrack. So hopefully this year going guided, going with an outfitter. When we get there, we're on bulls right away, and we can have 5 days of great encounters. Someone who knows way more about elk and elk behavior than me can put me in a position to succeed. So Let's go inside, go over the skier list, make sure we have all the stuff, pack up, and we'll be on the road to Bristol, then Bristol to Colorado, and Colorado to Kansas. So we got a busy week. All right, between what's over here on the counter, what's in this box, these clothes, that backpack, it's all going in this bow case. We checked it yesterday, the Exalt 35 does fit. I don't think I'm going to bring spotter. Grab this pad, this little butt pad. I might actually bring a stool too if we're gonna do any glassing, but I don't think we are, so yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and start cramming everything into here. It's 7:30 p.m., so hopefully we can be done by 8:39. Early wake-up call tomorrow. Head to Bristol, ARCA race, truck race, Xfinity race, Cup race, head to the airport, head to Colorado.